open the special call meeting of Tuesday, August the 25th, 2017, 3 p.m. Roll call. Sharon, please.
Alderman Stratton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Harrington.
Here.
Alderman Harrison.
Here.
Alderman Bowling.
Here.
We have a prayer by Alderman Deacon Richard Bowling. And immediately following, pledge allegiance to the flag.
Dear Lord, we thank you so much today that you've given to us to enjoy. And Lord, thank you for many blessings you've given to us. Now, Lord, we ask you to be with us throughout this meeting, that the decisions made here today with this board is decisions that's made right for the city, Bluff City. We thank you so much again for everything you've done for us. Be with each and every one of us and keep us safe. For these things we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And since we don't have any citizens here, I assume we will not have citizens' comments. Okay, the next on the agenda is discussion and action on the special call meeting minutes of July the 11th, 2017.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Take a vote, please.
Alderman Stratton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington.
Yes.
Alderman Harrison.
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
The next thing is discussion and action on the public hearing on ordinance number 2017-006. Mr. Fry.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2017-005 dealing with providing for the maintenance, preservation, and protection of public records and establishing procedures for accessing and copying public records. Be it therefore ordained by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the Town of Bluff City, Tennessee, that ordinance 2017-005 be repealed in its entirety, that the attached exhibit shall be known as the Public Records Policy for the Town of Bluff City, Tennessee. This ordinance shall become effective from and after its final passage of public welfare requiring it.
Okay. We'll open the public hearing. Does anyone have any comments? We'll close the public hearing. Okay. Second reading on ordinance number 2017-006. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Take a vote, please.
Alderman Stratton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington.
Yes.
Alderman Harrison.
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
Okay. And the next thing on the agenda is discussion and action on the public hearing on ordinance number 2017-007. Mr. Fry.
Appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018. Be it therefore ordained by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the Town of Bluff City, Tennessee, there is hereby appropriated for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018, following sums of money set aside for the departments and purposes specified therein. General Fund, $1,644,463. Water and Sewer Fund, $781,199. Sanitation Fund, $102,300. Debt Service Fund, $94,293. Special Police Drug Fund, $4,300. This ordinance shall take effect from and after its final passage of public welfare requiring it.
We have no comments due to no citizens being present. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Take a vote, please.
Alderman Stratton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington.
Yes.
Alderman Harrison.
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
Okay, we have a public hearing on ordinance number 2017-008. Mr. Fry.
An ordinance to provide for the general revenue of the Town of Bluff City, Tennessee for fiscal year 2017-2018 to be known as a real and personal property tax levy ordinance for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018. Be it therefore ordained by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the Town of Bluff City, Tennessee, there is hereby levied on all taxable real, personal, and mixed property located within the municipal boundaries of Bluff City, Tennessee for fiscal year 2017-2018, an ad valorem tax of $1.28 for each $100 of assessed value. Taxes shall be due and payable on May 1, 2018. The amount of penalty and interest shall be the same as applicable for county property taxes as set out in the tax statutes of the state of Tennessee. The purpose of the tax levy ordinance is to provide funding for the appropriation ordinance for fiscal year 2017-2018, number 2017-007. This ordinance, commonly known as the tax levy ordinance for fiscal year 2017-2018, shall take effect from and after its final passage of public welfare requiring it.
We have no comments because no one is present except the board.
Make a motion to approve.
Take a vote, please.
Alderman Stratton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Harrison,
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Yes.
The next thing on the agenda is discussion on McClellan Street project financing. Sharon Green, please.
Okay, we had discussed using cash reserve for that and having it put in the budget that way. I talked to Lori at the comptroller's office, and she said another option is to do a short-term note, the 3-year outlay note. That way you get the revenue in the revenue as loan proceeds, and then you have the expenditures in the expense. It just washes itself out. She said you do it on a 3-year, and I need to check in more with her on it, but what we discussed this last week was you can do this resolution that they have us do, the same one we did before on the vehicles. It says a 3-year contract, capital outlay note, but it's like 0 to 3 years. You use that same form if we do it. I have talked with Eastman Credit Union, and they're sending me information from them, and Regions Bank, to see what, since that's where all their cash is, and they know how much money we have in the bank, if we go that route. So I was just going to put that information out to you and then try to get some more information from them if you would like to go that route. It's the same as cash if we pay it off by June 30th. Then we don't.
So no interest on it then?
Well, no, there would be interest for that year. We would have to pay some interest, and that's what, I haven't gotten those figures yet on what interest rate they would charge. But we would pay it off by June 30th, 2018, and that way we don't have to appropriate money for payments the next 2 years. We just, same as cash, we take it out of our cash and we pay for it this year. But we just go through this little circle to satisfy it on the budget.
That won't hit our cash reserve at one time, all at one time.
Well, we'll take it all out of the cash. We can make like the 30-day payments on it up until June if you want to, but just make sure by the end of the month that we pay it. We have that clause that we can pay it off by the end of June 30th. And that way we would see. On the cash side, just putting in there, we can put a cash reserve on the revenue. And it's a little complicated because Lori told me one way, and then the gentleman from MTAS yesterday told me another. And so I'd rather get, really, I don't want to put an expenditure with no revenue to offset it. And we can get around it by using the loan, because I know that's what the comptroller's office said.
But you can't go up to 3 years on it.
We can, but then you've got all your loan proceeds coming in 1 year,
Yeah.
and then your expenditure is going to be a third, a third, which we don't want to go into that because of our large project.
Basically, what you're trying to say is, I guess, what to make it easier would be, you're trying to keep us from being in the red, but not being in the red. It's just we'd be in the red on the books as far as paperwork, but not be as far as money.
On budget, you would be.
Right.
Financials, you wouldn't, because
But as
at
far
the
as
end of the year, you have to do that journal entry the auditor
Right.
does, takes it out of expenditures and put it against the liability of the loan.
Right.
You don't have it, but
right, because if we just took the money out and paid it in full the
on
first
the
day,
budget,
right,
We'd be in
then
the
we would
red.
have to make up that money in the water that year to make it in the red, I guess. I mean, back in the black.
Right,
Right, because the state's looking at that year's budget.
budget.
And
The
you spend
revenue
that,
that comes in there.
right, and you spend that 98 grand at one time, then you've got to make that up. You're starting behind. So
Right.
basically, so you're keeping us from doing that, basically.
Right, so on the loan proceeds, you show it as an income.
Right,
And if you do it in just that 1 year, it all goes out. You don't have to appropriate a payment for the next 2 years.
right. And that,
Because we just pay it. It's the same as using your cash. You just have to pay a little bit of interest on
right. And that keeps us
using
from
their
being in the
money
red.
for
Okay.
11 months.
So it's going to show us our budget not be balanced.
If-
No, it would be balanced.
It would be balanced. It's just if we paid cash right up front and done it. The way she's wanting to do it with Eastman Credit Union.
No.
No,
With the loan is the way that it cancels itself out.
exactly.
You have
I'm saying if we paid
revenue.
it up front.
And you have an expense, and all they do is cancel themselves out.
Right.
But when we send the budget to Nashville, it's going to show that we
No.
in the black still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will still be
Okay,
balanced.
I just want to be sure.
Right.
The budget we send to Nashville is going to be just what we've
Right.
done. We just
Okay.
have-
It's if we didn't get the loan.
Okay,
We'll just make the amendment when it all goes through, just like we do every year.
okay. I just don't want to
Right.
be
Because
not
if we don't do the
balanced.
loan, that would be the problem.
I just didn't want the budget not to show as balanced, did
Yeah.
it?
'Cause
Right.
if you're not taking the loan out, then you're just paying that money out. With the loan, that creates a payment, and then it just evens it out, like you said, cancels it out.
Okay, Mr. Frog, let me ask you a question.
Way to go there.
Can a city move their money from a bank to a credit union?
That I don't know. That'd be, the comptroller.
Well, the auditor.
The comptroller's got a list of places that you can put your money, and I don't know if credit union's among them.
Because that'd be good if you could put an Eastman Credit Union, all the
That's for
dividends.
sure. Because we're paying out a lot of money.
Because we'll get dividend back from this loan that we've got through Eastman, wouldn't we? With our cars?
I don't know how they do that.
I don't either.
I don't know. But yeah, the
Regular
the-
person gets it, but
The
I don't know
charges
about a
at
city.
Regions Bank right now is
Yeah.
$600 to $700 a month
Yeah.
with as much money as the city has in their bank. And they're
It'd be
not
something really
giving
good
us
to look into, I
anything
mean, like you said.
every time.
yeah. Because Eastman
Charging
is
it-
so much lower.
Our money go back.
I would
Service
say,
charges we
I would
paying
say if
high.
you started to do that from Regions, started to pull it out,
That's
they'd
crazy.
probably cut the finance charges.
I know there's a lot of things you have to go through, because
Right.
of money coming in from the state and direct deposits, but, I mean, in paying that much each year for a service charge.
That's not right.
Well, we've told them several times that we think it's not right, but
Well, I'll check with the comptroller's office and check on the credit union, if they can.
Or a credit union, because there's several around here.
Yeah, you've got
You've got two in Elizabethton, and then you got
Eastman and
you got United Southeast Federal Credit
Southeast.
through the hospital.
Well, we've been doing business with
Eastman.
Eastman, so I'd say try to get it in there first.
Right, right, but I mean, they may be, them other ones might be on their list that
Right.
Eastman's not on.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem was FICA, is that what it's?
FDIC.
FDIC, I can't get it.
Right.
But the credit unions have the same thing on their side now, don't they?
They
It's
have,
called something else.
they have insurance. It's not, I don't believe it's governmentally, I don't believe it's backed by the government.
Right.
I believe that's the difference, and that may be the rub if we can't do it.
It's insurance on your money.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, see if we could farm it out to another, see if they're cheaper as far as, if we can't go to a credit union, go,
Right.
First Tennessee, Bank of Tennessee, Carter County Bank or something.
Yeah, I think that this year we should
Look into that.
look at going to a different bank if they can't reduce these rates.
Because I would say, I think if you just went out there and say we're looking into it, they might be susceptible to lowering it on itself, because that's a lot of money that they've got in that bank that they're able to work on other people's loans and stuff. Is basically how it works. So I mean, it's a lot of money they pull out.
That's true expensive. Okay, we don't have any citizens' comments because we don't have any citizen present.
I appreciate everybody coming out.
Me too.
Quiet.
Who makes a motion to adjourn?
All of us. And we all second.
Vice Mayor and Jack.
And I suppose everybody's
All in favor.
everybody's in favor. Okay, now that the meeting's adjourned, okay, I've mentioned it to some of you.